just landed in Santa Cruz in Bolivia. Just got off a flight where baby died and Austin brought it back to life. It's not like I'm not kidding. This baby was like dead and blue in the face. I'm like, you know, yeah. But my cousin handled it. Now we got to go through immigration. And day one, evening.
Well, good morning. Sunday, January 31st. We're about to board the plane to La Paz. And hopefully my britches make it. They're beneath the plane, and hopefully all the babies make it on this plane as well. We're all very hungry. Looking forward to this 13,000 feet. We'll catch back with you soon.
I made it. El Alto. Here in La Paz. Just landed. I'm gonna get that car and get on the road.
Once we snagged our car, we were off into the city. Driving around La Paz can be an absolute nightmare if you aren't prepared for it, so check out our guide to the city if you want to try it yourself. It took us a bit to find parking near our hotel, and by the time we got unloaded, we were ready for a little relaxation.
Dude, this is crazy. I mean, it's like Mario Kart. Cars coming like inches in front of you, whining and weaving. You're going up and down mountains. You're trying to figure out parking. I mean, it's kind of fairly typical, but my experience is traveling in South America. But just be aware that you're going to need to have some good defensive driving skills in La Paz, for sure. We're just checking into Hostel Naira after about an hour-long parking search.
We feel good. It's different.
Okay.
Come on, baby bear.
This us?
Yes.
Okay. Today's been quite an adventure. This hotel's actually really nice. We just got here, just walking in. But I think I'm so tired, anything would do. City view?
Yeah.
I booked city view.
Yeah. But you know how to go.
It's a good shower. Yeah, nice, spacious. We got 3 beds for 2 people. Shelves. Look at this. Classic electronics right here. So I can't wait to use this.
Hey, I'm gonna go to the city view. That opens on the street.
In the end, we all went with the city view room. All of the rooms here at Hostel Naira are pretty much the same on the inside, but opening up the balconies and looking down into the streets below was just too good to pass up.
What up?
Yes.
Check this out.
Or peace. So we need some food because all we have had today is like 1 empanada, and I don't think Tim's had anything.
He's had 1 cookie.
Yeah,
I had a cookie.
He had a cookie, and we're at the steakhouse. We're getting some tomahawk steaks. What are you getting?
Probably just a ribeye.
And a ribeye. We're gonna do it. Get some salsa. Be my first tomahawk steak I've ever had. I think Austin's too. And we're doing it in Bolivia. We'll see how it comes out. Yeah, everything. Just as a note, everything is shut down on Sundays here. So plan accordingly. If you're here on Sunday, just use it for a siesta and take a break. Maybe watch some good old soccer.
Football. Well, we got a safe spot.
We are changing our plans again because we had to find a parking space that wasn't on the street, and this is the only one that we found that was still open. And we're gonna have to change our plans tomorrow because they don't open until 7:30. We were planning on leaving at like 6 in the morning, but we got time tomorrow, so we're gonna make it work. And this is very interesting and a pretty cool experience in and of itself. So,
In Bolivia, just gotta go with the flow.
yeah, if you've heard of Island Time, Bolivians have their own version of doing things, also. So, yeah.
Good morning, folks. This is day 2 in La Paz, and you know, we're headed out to Tiwanaku and we wanted some breakfast. We were comfortable with Juan Valdez Cafe. It's hard to find a cafe around here early in the morning that's getting going, or you can find parking, so this was the simplest thing. We just came right back to the airport. It's easy to get in and out, and the service is great here.
So this is the highway, and it's worse than the last road that we were on, and there are packs of roving dogs everywhere. This is just wild. There's people standing in the street.
Packs
in the
of
middle
roaming
the road.
dads.
There's there's speed bumps on the highway. This is something else. So when I say if you're gonna rent a car, get the Bull insurance package, whatever's offered. Do that, because
And
I
a
mean,
9mm.
yeah, because yeah. And then on another note too, if you're staying in the city like La Paz, you need to find a place where you can, like a parking garage. They're not parking garages, they're like lots that are locked in. You need to find a place like that to leave your car at night, so that it's secure. Or your car will get towed or ticketed or broke into, or could get stolen. We woke up this morning, came outside of our hostel and were greeted with a murder in front of our hostel. That was pretty wild. Dead body on the street, police everywhere. Bolivia is a whole nother animal in terms of just getting around. Every day we're kind of been faced with something new, and this is our second full day. We've had to make adjustment after adjustment to our schedule, so just be prepared to change your plans as needed. This is the highway. Highway, byway, we going my way.
Highway, byway, Bolivia is my way.
Dude, I am really excited. We're about to walk in here to Tiwanaku right now. I've been dying to see this place forever, so this is awesome. Let's get in here. Yes!
We lock up.
We spent the next several hours walking around the largest archaeological sites in all of Bolivia, Tiwanaku and Pumapunku. These pre-Columbian artifacts were left by the Tiwanaku people, and we had the whole site to ourselves, giving us plenty of time to look around at the incredible pyramids and palaces, the intricate carvings and detail, and the mastery of stoneworking techniques on display here. You can check out our full video on the site down in the description below. The rains brought us home a little sooner than we would have liked, but after a full day out in the elements, not to mention driving around one of the most chaotic cities we have ever been in, we were pretty done for the day.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Oh, I feel like I've been in a 50-round fight. Oh my god.
Parque Murillo. This is where we park each night for car safety. Our car alarm keeps going off while we're driving, and when we get in it, so we look like we're stealing a car. And that's fun. It's a fun tune though, so yeah, I enjoy that. Valley de la Luna. Let's go on in.
Valley de la Luna was our next major stop, and this place will take your breath away. Not just because of how beautiful it all is, but also because of all the climbing you'll have to do out here if you want to see it all. Remember, this place is more than 2.5 miles up in the air, so the altitude and the closer proximity to the sun will kick your butt if you let it. This complex is massive and covers over 1.5 miles, but it pales in comparison to its sister site, Valley de las Animas. Take a full day to explore both sites if you have the chance. You'll be very glad you did.
So we made it. We are turning the car back in. I totally understand why we've read tons of stuff suggesting not to rent a car here in Bolivia. La Paz is pretty intense driving. But it made our portion of the trip here very convenient, especially considering what we do with the filming and stuff. But we are ready to turn this car in and probably get a little rest here tonight. But yeah, been fun. This is the aftermath of driving in Bolivia means you yell at your friends, you're stressed, you can't think straight. Driving in La Paz is absolutely insane. I think Bolivia has been it's been one of the hardest places to navigate in terms of driving. So if you don't have to drive, probably don't do it. But there's some places where you probably want to be more in control of yourself than taking a tour bus. So going out to places like Tiwanaku and Pumapunku, it makes more sense to have something like that. But driving through the city here, I mean, you have hills that are completely straight up, and I mean like this angle where the only way for us to get up those hills was to go back and forth across the road. And the speed bumps, they're massive. You bottom out every time. But if you are going to rent one, get one with the high clearance. But your only choices in that regard are probably going to be manuals. So, and then just take it easy and breathe when you're driving. You're still going to be stressed, but enjoy, like we did, hopefully. So we are here at Banai inside of Hotel Nara, and the food here has been outstanding, and it makes it super easy to just, if you're too tired to go out, you've had a long day, to come out down here and get a really, really good meal. Breakfast is free with your room, but you have to pay for any other meals, but you have a good variety of options. They're all really good. The three of us have been trying very different things, and everything has been excellent. So definitely would recommend it. If you can't get out and go explore, or you're tired or whatever, come in here, sit down, have you some good food.
Hamburguesa.
What you got there, buddy?
Chicken Caesar salad.
Check this out, man. This place in our hotel, Hostel Naira, Banai, the food is great. This was one of the best hamburgers I've ever had. It has this chiqueño cheese, the texture, something about it. It's like slightly cooked. The flavor is excellent. This time I branched out and I actually got dried llama on here and fried banana. So we'll see how this llama meat tastes. Maybe I'll try the tenderloin another night this week.
I also got a chicken soup, and trout. I had a burger last night. It was awesome. I'm gonna try the trout.
And I
Got myself a nice beef tenderloin sandwich that I'm very much looking forward to digging into. Check this thing out.
Boys, I got an egg sandwich with tomato and a really hot coffee in this plastic cup before we head up to the death road. This is a great touch, a great start to the morning.
It's great, it's great. Cools off a little quicker.
We were gonna need all the energy we could get because this was our day to ride down Bolivia's death road. We started out in a blizzard near the top of a mountain, and 62 absolutely beautiful and super dangerous miles later, we were in the Amazon rainforest. Check out our video to see the full run, but I think it's fairly easy to say this was one of the best parts of our entire trip. We spent 10 whole hours out here riding down and wrapped up with the tour of the La Senda Verde Animal Reserve. Vicky and her volunteer staff take in injured and orphaned wildlife to rehabilitate the ones who are able to be released and care for the ones who are not. Spending the evening with these guys was the perfect way to finish out a pretty grueling day. The next morning, we set off to explore La Paz properly. Taking off on foot, we realized that this trip was taking a lot more out of us than we thought.
Yeah. We just went a few blocks, I feel like I ran a marathon.
I couldn't agree more. The altitude here really takes it out of you. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, and I should have gotten one of these the first day I got here to avoid all this redness. Hey guys, we are here at Mamani Mamani, a local art gallery run by Roberto Mamani. He is a local artist and his work is featured all over the world in private collections and in Bolivia as well. He's known for his vibrant colors and works displaying the Andes Mountains in the local region. Let's go in here and check it out and show you what it's all about. So guys, walking around the art gallery here, you can just see exactly what Roberto Mamani is famous for. His vibrant uses of color and texture, which you're gonna get to see here in a second. But take your time when you come through here, walk around, check out all the paintings because it is absolutely incredible here. And don't forget to stop in the gift shop. There's some amazing stuff in there, totally worth checking out. But right now, we're off to Calle Jean. So right now, guys, we are walking down Calle Jean. I may have been saying it wrong earlier, but I have a tendency to do that when I'm traveling in different countries, mispronunciate names. But if you guys are here in La Paz and you're in the area, make sure to check this street out. Very colorful, lots of cool shops and different things going on. Absolutely worth checking out. And it's a short walk, so make sure to check it out. Walking around La Paz. At this point, we've been here long enough that we're pretty exhausted. I mean, I'm not gonna go into everything that has happened to us since we've been here, but let me just say, we've enjoyed our time. It's been a bit taxing, and we have an overnight bus tonight. So right now we're out exploring the city, hitting a couple spots that we've wanted to see. We're gonna ride a teleferico right now, and because they look like a lot of fun. I don't know why our towns don't have these. These are awesome. So I'm notoriously bad at using public transportation in other countries. Luckily, I have Tim and Austin here with me for help. I think we will figure it out. All right, yeah. Woo, we did it, I think. We'll find out. We're getting in the air and we'll see what happens. Oh, look at this. This is pretty cool. Whoa! It shoots you right out of there. This is a pretty awesome little form of public transportation. We are on the telefericos that go up and down the mountains here. This is the main form of public transportation here in La Paz. We've been really eager to check this out. I wish that we had these back in the States because this is really, really cool. You get to bypass all the traffic and everything else and the crowds, get in your own little personal pod and go up and down the mountains and across the city. very exciting and very cool. Like I said, I wish we had these back home. I'm gonna have so many pics. I'm just up here snapping pics. This is so cool, the perspective that you get from riding these. Probably isn't gonna come across clearly on film or pictures, but yeah, it is so cheap. Do it, because this is just really incredible. We are up on El Alto right now, which is up above La Paz. And looking down on this, you get an idea of just how vast this city is and how many people are just living down there. You get some cool perspectives. For the money, worth it. Oh, yeah, this is pretty good. We just went all the way up to the top of the mountain. I mean, La Paz is a city situated like in a little valley on top of a mountain, surrounded by mountains. So this is a really convenient way to travel throughout the city. And if you're a foreigner, it's a fun new experience. But this lets people, like I said earlier, completely bypass the streets and public transportation down there, which is very, very crowded. So if you can figure out the telefericos when you're here and you're gonna be exploring the city, this is a really convenient, incredible way to use the public transportation system here to get around. And it's not expensive at all. We are doing this big loop right now, and I think we paid like 29 Bolivianos for 3 people, which comes out to like, or 27 Bolivianos, which is like, what is it, like $3? It's like $1 a person to ride around the whole city, and it's huge. This city is massive and totally worth it. So if you're exploring the city, check it out. Use the telefericos. We just finished up our ride on the teleferico. Definitely worth checking out. Got to see all of the city. It was really cool. And now we're on to our next adventure.
So what's up, guys? We are, I am just waking up here. It is 6:22 in the morning, and we are on the overnight bus to Uyuni. I had the VIP downstairs, but it got a little crowded down there. The seats lean all the way back. So the top was empty, so I came up here, got a great night's sleep. And right now, I'm about to watch the sunrise here. We are about 40 miles or kilometers away from Uyuni. So I think we probably have like, another hour of driving. But it's been a good ride overnight. Been able to rest. I don't know if it's always like this or if it's just because travel is dying off, has died off because of COVID and everything. But it was a pretty empty bus. Hopefully I'll get to show you a bit more of the VIP section that we were in earlier. But it was a great trip. You can see these seats lean way down, so you can really get comfortable here, and they play movies and different stuff as well. But I'm excited to see what we have in store for us today. It's been a great trip, and the bus has been good.
Our next 2 days were spent around the Uyuni salt flats in the southwest portion of Bolivia. This is the world's largest salt flat, and you could easily spend weeks out here exploring the remains of a prehistoric lake 8 times the size of New York City. We learned all about salt collecting and processing, and how the people of this region have learned to use salt for just about everything, from food prep and flavoring to buildings and even entire villages made entirely of the stuff. We also learned about the ecosystem of the area and how all the animals of the region depend on the abundance of minerals around them. We were left worn out, dried out by the end, but this tour was so incredibly worth it. Back in La Paz, we decided to spend our final hours taking in even more of the city. We were all pretty wiped out by this point, but with so much still left to see, we couldn't let the day go to waste.
Right now we are making our way over to the Witches Market. Some of the things offered there are dried frog, aphrodisiacs, fortune telling, but probably the main thing that's featured there are things to do with llama, dried llama fetuses specifically. A lot of poorer Bolivians will bury dead llamas in new construction sites before they start working to bless the site to Pachamama. And whereas people who maybe are more affluent usually sacrifice live llamas. And when you guys are in La Paz, make sure you take a minute, head on down to the Witches Market and look at the local wares and everything they have to offer down here. Really interesting spot to check out. We're in the General Cementerio right now. This place is pretty big. You can tell it's frequented very often. Today's a Sunday, so it's very active right now. We got telefericos coming overhead, and off in the distance you can see ALTO up on the hillside. Jeez, dude, this is gonna be so dope on that 360. So just finished up with the General Cementerio, which was pretty cool. It's a Sunday, so it was crowded. But I always like visiting the cemeteries in South America. They're very, I don't know, very cool. It's cool seeing the artwork, the statues, different murals. So this is the biggest one here in the city of La Paz. It's worth giving it a look for sure.
We got a brave man over here who's about to try some llama curry.
I've been waiting for it. I've had dried llama on a hamburguesa, but now it's a new style llama.
Yummy. Yummy. You'll have to describo.
Let's see. Good. It is kind of between beef and lamb.
Is it tender?
Tasty. This one is not. Would highly recommend though. I don't know how they cook. This is like more of an Indian style with the curry, but it's good.
Excellent. And now it's my turn. I got a piece. Let's try this llama curry. No, he's exactly right. It is very gamey, more so than beef, but not quite as much as lamb. It's nice and chewy. It's got a good tenderness to it. These curry spices really complement it very well too. Whew. That's warm. Yeah, highly recommend. Our guide from Uyuni was saying that the llamas that are from that area are specifically more salty in their meat, and so the meat is more flavorful and stuff, but this is pretty good, so I can only imagine how that tastes. Give it a try while you're down here. Put it this way, if I can eat it, you guys definitely can.
Dinner was followed up by a trip to El Alto for some Cholita wrestling. We'd heard about a place where women wear traditional garb and kick the crap out of each other for several hours in front of an adoring crowd. And that was no exaggeration. These incredible athletes put on a show every week, and we were super lucky to be able to see them in action. Our full video is down below, and you definitely don't want to miss this one.
So, La Paz, incredible city, but full of things to keep in mind. This trip has been, from start to finish, full of surprises and all sorts of stuff for us. We had an emergency on a plane. Let's start with the big ones. With a baby that needed resuscitation. Austin here had that thrown directly into his lap coming out of the bathroom. I think day 2, we had a murder happen right outside of our balcony at the hotel that we were staying at. So 2 huge things right there. By the way, we didn't film some of those things because might have been a little bit too sensitive of in the moment to showcase. After that, La Paz really we settled into the adventure aspect of it. If you travel into La Paz, it is an adventure and absolutely worth it. But be prepared for that. Give yourself some time when you're traveling through the country to acclimate to the altitude, because that really hit us pretty hard. And took a couple of us down a little bit from what we're normally used to operating, the levels that we're normally used to operating at. But we did a lot on this trip, and from La Paz, it's such a great central location to be able to explore out and see all sorts of things, and in the city itself is amazing. One little pro travel trip is if you're traveling in La Paz and you can get around without renting a car, you should probably do that. We rented one, and it was some of the most stressful driving I've ever done in my life. And the hills are no joke, and that just adds to the intensity of it. But all in all, this has been an incredible trip. We are beat, though, if you can't tell by the expressions and the enthusiasm that we're exhibiting right now. We're ready to go home, and but this has been a great trip, and I would definitely come back to Bolivia to explore it some more.
Si, senor.
Cool. And done. 3, 2, 1. Cool.
Hamburguesa.
Made it. Made it. Now I'm going places.
Gonna get a test. So we can return home.
Yeah, unfortunately, if we want to go home, gotta get that test done.
Should be no problem.
What is this place called?
Llama tenderloin.
Huh?
I have not seen a name for it.
Benai.
Escanilla Nuestro.
You're right. That came up when I pulled out the menu.
Escanilla Nuestro.
That's scan our menu. The name of he's right. The name of the place is Benai.
Benai?
Yep.
Let me do a little thing.